How's it going, guys? Kira is here today. Kira is here today, and I wanted to say thank you guys so much on the nice comments and all the support on the fanfiction that I've been putting up. Since it is St. Patrick's Day, and I even decided to wear green eyeshadow for that, since it's really the only thing green that I have. So for today's little treat, I'm going to do chapters 8 and 9 of the Jessica fanfiction that I've been working on, and then I'm going to look on Creepypasta Wikipedia and see if I can find some creepy St. Patrick's Day story, because I think that would be actually pretty cool to do. So I'm sorry guys for the long wait. It's been busy lately, but I hope you guys enjoy. See you then. Bye. Chapter 8. I couldn't go back to sleep after that. I tried and tried, but I just couldn't. The image still lingers in my mind like a horrible memory. It wouldn't go away no matter what I watched or even read. It feels like I'm finally losing it. My breathing is shaky and my thoughts keep going back to those images. My stomach is growling from lack of food, but I just don't care at all. I let a small laugh and look at my TV screen. I have been sitting on the couch huddled under a blanket for who knows how long. I get up and go grab the TV remote. I turn on and try to find something to distract. I turn to news and watch it with little interest. It's 3 in the morning, so there's nothing good on. I get angry as I try to find something, anything, to get my mind off these goddamn images. I settle for a Harry Potter movie on some random channel. It settles me down somehow, and I find myself relaxing. My mind wanders to my computer and I think about getting a new monitor. It is really hard to work when I don't have a computer at hand. I sigh and close my eyes. The only thing I can hear is some wind and the movie playing. The noise makes me feel at ease, since I've noticed that total silence is definitely as bad as everyone says. I pull the blanket close to my body and concentrate on the noise coming from around me. I let my mind drift to different things as long as they weren't the horrible memories from before. I let out a breath and then I hear everything slowly fall silent. I listen for another moment, but the only thing I hear is the wind gusting through my house. I open my eyes and see that for some reason the TV is off. I try to turn it back on, but it wouldn't. As long as the silence lingered. As the silence lingers on, I begin to panic and look around the room waiting for something to happen. I would agree to anything as long as it wasn't Jeff popping out and killing me. My breathing starts to speed up and my heart starts pounding inside my chest. I hear a loud noise and look towards the hallway. All I see is the bathroom door, but that's where the sound came from. I watch the door, keeping my mouth shut as if it would help. I see the light flicker on and sight escapes from underneath the door. My mouth opens ready to let loose a scream at any given second. Suddenly the door opens and Jeff's face pops out of the doorway, slightly tilted to his side. I let loose a scream and close my eyes from the fear of being anywhere near him. Silence steams the air as my scream fades. I wait for the sound of footsteps, but they never came. I open my eyes and look towards the bathroom door. The lights are off and the door is sealed shut like I left it. I lean my back against the couch as tears escape my eyes. The TV suddenly turns back onto the movie. I ignore and keep my eyes at the door. I'm really going crazy, aren't I? I whimper as my vision starts to grow blurry because of my tears. I wipe them away and grab the blanket that had dropped to the floor in my earlier panic. I wrap it around me and cradle myself. I let my tears fall into the blanket as I try to calm down. However, no matter how hard I try, I can't stop shaking. I guess at some point I must have fallen asleep because when I looked up, it was morning. The bright light shone in from the windows and the light breeze blew through the house. I sat there thinking about my panic from last night, and I wondered if any considered calling the cops. I doubt they would. The people in my neighborhood are heartless bastards that only think about themselves. I take off the blanket and walk to my room. I pick out some clothes for work and pick out a new bag from my closet. I put my work stuff inside and take the new clothes to the bathroom. I turn the light and drop my clothes. My bottom lip starts quivering as I look at the mirror. The words, "Go to sleep," were written in what looked like blood on my bathroom mirror. I take a deep breath and walk back to my room. I grab my phone and washcloth and then go back to the bathroom. I picked up the clothes I dropped and set them on the toilet seat. I use the sink and wet the washcloth until it's soaked. Then I start to wash off the words as best I can. I manage to get most of it off, and my mirror ends up having a sort of reddish look to it. I sigh and look at my phone. If I don't get in the shower now, I'm going to be late to work. I turn in the shower and wash off as quickly as humanly possible. I get dressed and grab my phone and my bag from my bedroom. I grab my keys and head out the door. I go to Starbucks on the way to work and end up making it on time by changing the speed limit a bit. I really shouldn't have, but I've been late too many times lately. I've even missed for a couple of weeks because I got kidnapped, so I thought it would be better to try not to be late. I walk into the elevator and push the number for the floor I work on. I sigh and think about the words that had been written on my mirror earlier that morning. I probably should have taken a picture, but I was so tired I didn't really think about it. I don't know what I would have done with the picture, but I would have had it as a way to convince myself I wasn't crazy. I sip my coffee along with the other people in the elevator. It's common to see adults sipping on coffee, even when they work during hours where they would be wide awake. I normally just let breakfast wake me up, but I don't have much of an appetite anymore. Who could blame me? Even if I might be hallucinating because of paranoia, that stuff was horrifying. The elevator stops on my floor and I squeeze my way out. I walk to my desk and settle in. I turn on my computer and start getting to work. And I work in the sales department, so my job isn't the hardest thing in the world. Normally all it involves is talking on the phone with people who help sell our products, so it's not hard of a job at all. But I say I'm the best at it. I guess talking on the phone is talent in the sales department. I stretch in my chair and look at the time. The day is over, so I can go home and be terrified like I am always. I sigh and collect my stuff. The sun is setting outside, which means I got to meet my terrors the second I get home. I've noticed, though, that I only freak out when I'm alone, or feel alone at least. I leave the building and make a beeline for my car and was about to turn on the keys when I noticed something white across the parking lot. I watch the spot carefully, but it's hard to see what it is of people moving around the parking lot. I see the white thing in the shape of a man, and that is all I need to see. I turn the keys, start in the car, and I start to leave the parking lot. I do not want to deal with him. I don't care if it's an hallucination. I am not dealing with it. I watch the road carefully and make sure that I'm not dazing off into Wonderland. Along the way to Starbucks for my coffee, I see police cars with their lights on. I end up following them out of curiosity, and I should remind myself that curiosity killed the cat. I turn the radio and turn it to the station that tells the news all the time. Not long ago, a murder has taken place. As of now, the police are on their way to the scene. I turn off the radio and focus on following the police. That was all the information I needed to draw my conclusion. Jeff was starting to strike the town. I don't know why he would, when he could just end my life. That brought up another question. Why wasn't he ending my life already? If he is this bored, then why doesn't he kill me? The questions kept coming and coming as I followed the police to a different part of town. They entered the older part of town and parked near a few other police cars. There was already police tape around an alley blocking off the entrance. I parked a little ways away and got out. I went over to the site along with several other people that happened to be walking by. I stopped at the police tape and saw several police blocking the view of the scene. I don't know why they didn't block us the whole street if they didn't want people looking. I kept trying to see over their shoulders, but it was helpless. I was knocked out of the way, and I fell backwards. I caught myself on the wall and looked back at the person that had shoved me. It was a news reporter. She fixed her hair a bit, then looked towards the camera, and I saw an officer sigh. I knew this girl. She was the new reporter. And not everyone took a liking to her. That is, besides the perverts, I liked the way she looked. She was young and slept by the way she dressed sometimes. She began to ask the officers questions, and for permission to take pictures of the scene. The officer forced her away, and I saw that there was no way I was going to get to see the scene. I got away from the crowd and went back to my car. I got back in and started laundering to my house. It took only 10 minutes, but by the time I was on my front porch, the sun was set for the night. I went inside quickly, turned on the lights. I checked everywhere that someone could have gotten in, and then saw down when I decided it was clear. I was done being scared and just plain old stupid. I know that if I want to start to win, I have to stop showing fear at every little thing. It doesn't hurt to check things, but I don't want to act too scared, or I'll make him feel pleased. I made coffee and realized that I'm finally going back to normal. Despite this morning's episode, I seem to be absolutely fine. I drink my coffee without acknowledging the silence around me. I just need to act calm, no matter how fast my heart is pounding, and no matter how much I feel like panicking. I just need to look calm at least. My phone starts ringing from inside my bag and I freeze. I take a deep breath and set my coffee mug down. I walk over to my bag and pull out my phone. I unlock it and look at the caller ID. It was my mom. My mom and I have always had a great relationship, so really made me happy that I'm able to talk to her. Hello? I say, answering the phone. Tara, thank God you're safe. I was so worried. What happened to you? I heard my mom say. There was worry in her voice, and it made me feel a tad guilty that I hadn't called her. Sorry. I couldn't call because I had been kidnapped by a serial killer. I say. I hear her gasp and yell something at someone else. Probably my dad. Sweetheart, I am so sorry. Should I come stay with you? Make you feel safer? She asked. I smiled at the thought. This is what I wanted. Although I didn't normally like it when my family came over. Now would be a great time. I know it will put her in danger, but I think this will make it harder for death to torment me. I would love it if you would. I really like it when you're here anyway. You'd be great company. I reply. I hear yelling at my dad to find the suitcase, and I laugh. Alright, honey, I'll be there as soon as I can. Bye, she says happily. Bye, Mom, I reply just before she hangs up. I put my phone back in my bag and smile. I chuckle and walk over to the counter and pick up my mug. What are you going to do now, Mr. Keller? I mutter, feeling rather confident. I can feel him watching me from somewhere, but I don't care to look. You think you saved yourself? You're just going to make things hard on your dear mom. Don't want that now, do you? I hear his deep voice threaten. I smiled and set my cup down. Let the games begin. I'm not giving up yet, Jeff, I announce. I hear him chuckle and my smile widens. I feel as if I have finally taken a step forward.